This is my dog Ranger. I got Ranger from the pound about a year ago. He's part pit bull, which of course makes him a bloodthirsty killer, according to modern legislation. They're trying to bring about these bills called breed-specific legislation, a series of different bills they want to pass like this. They're doing it both in Canada and in the United States. The problem with this is not so much that, well, you know, the dogs are pretty strong and all. You're missing the whole point here. Breed-specific legislation is really a form of eugenics. We're talking about genetics and genetic codes and what's acceptable, what's unacceptable. And when you start with something like that, when you start going, oh, this breed of dog is okay because it's this way, or you start getting very breed-specific, it starts with dogs and you don't know what's going to happen. Now, they've already taken away all of the guns in Canada, and people in Canada are essentially, well, really janitors. We're just kind of looking after the natural resources until the Americans come up and take everything over. Which is okay, you know, because a lot of Americans are really nice people. The government's a little scary, but the Americans themselves are nice people. So the problem is that now in the United States, there's a lot of Americans who are going, whoa, hey, you know, our government's really kind of being weird, and now they're trying to take away all their guns, and of course, the next thing after they take away the guns, they want to take anything that'll protect the family. So you can only have the Pomeranians and, you know, the Shih Tzus and all these little dogs that don't do anything. There's lots of dogs. Lots of dogs out there that have been, you know, people used to be the tough guy dog. You'd have your German Shepherds, you'd have your Rottweilers, and you got your Pit Bulls, and then before that you had, like, what was it? You know, you have everything. You know, Fila Brasileiros, Preza Canarios, got Mastiffs, Bull Mastiffs, and you can't tell me that any one dog is the great evil. Anyone who's ever owned, like, even the infamous Pit Bull Terrier, will tell you they're a beautiful dog. They're a very heartfelt dog. The little dog that was in the Little Rascals was a Pit Bull. Okay, the first dog that ever went overseas to help the troops was a Pit Bull from Pennsylvania named Stubby. These dogs are people dogs. If you have a dog, it's not a thing. It's not like a printer or a peripheral. Okay, it's a companion. It's something that's supposed to be with you. And you're supposed to spend time with it. And people don't have the time to spend because it's been taken away by what? By what? By the corporations. Because corporations need all your time. That's why the family unit has fallen apart. So the last bastion of defender of the family home would be the family dog. So we better get rid of that too. Because when we decide to put all the people in camps, the dogs might get a little bit upset about that. Because, see, dogs don't watch television. So, you know, they can hang on to some sort of moral value and family structure and stuff like that. That's really what it's about. That's what breed-specific legislation is all about. People go, whoa, no, Sean. No, you're crazy. That's crazy talk. It's obviously not about that. No. It's the slippery slope. Okay, once you start with a little bit of breed-specific legislation, who knows where that's going to go? Who knows where that's going to go? It's like the genome mapping thing. Everybody wanted, you know, genome mapping? It's okay. Science is good. I like science. It's good. But I don't like people copywriting me. I don't like people copywriting my cells. Or if they, you know, they change a little bit and legally everything gets owned. And what's the law now? Anything that isn't a living human can be patented. So how long before the dogs get patented or bioweapons begins to take up as a natural field? Sure, it's just microbes right now, but until we get into genetic engineering, let's cross something with an alligator and see what happens. We're getting really twisted. Really twisted because of all the distractions, because we have more media than we've ever had before. Let's not forget that. We have more media than we've ever had before in the world. And we're more distracted than we ever have been. And our family unit has fallen apart so badly that no one's got time for anyone else. It's disturbing. It's twisted. It's wrong. And it's sick and weird. And breed-specific legislation is just a small part. It's a little symptom. It's a little dipstick. It's a check. It's a flag. It's something that shows up and says, hey, everything's getting fucked up. So you got to be careful. You got to watch this. You got to be aware of this. Whoa, why are they? Why? Oh, because it's ripping kids' faces off. Okay. I think it's a tragedy when children are hurt, but I don't really believe that we should ban everyone from having dogs. I think that's a little bit weird. Kids have been mauled for a long time. If you own a dog, guess what? You're responsible for the dog. So if the dog does some damage, you should be charged. I'm all about that. If you have a dangerous animal that you cannot control, it's like having a weapon or a firearm. If you have the firearm, you're responsible for the firearm. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Okay, well, dogs kill people. They can't. They usually maul them, which is even worse because they have to live with the after effect. But you must have control of the dog. Why was the dog loose? Why was he not fenced? Why wasn't he accurately muzzled if the dog is actually trained as an attack dog? Why is the dog an attack dog? Why is it pit bulls don't just go and attack people? They're trained for that. You have to work to make these dogs mean. You really do. They're really strong, but that doesn't make them vicious. I've seen pit bulls run through plate glass doors and think it was funny. They don't really pick up on it. They got that Incredible Hulk thing on the go. They don't really understand that they could be doing damage to themselves and their environment. But no, we got to vilify them. Then you just wait. First it'll be the pit bulls. Then it'll be any guard dog breeder. Then we'll get the Rottweilers out of here. Then we'll get the German Shepherds. And don't forget, oh, that dog's part pit bull, quarter pit bull. You betcha any dog that's not a little frou-frou Pomeranian, gone. Husky's gone. You bet, the whole works. It starts there. Don't look at this. Look at where this leads. Don't look at the road in front of you. Look where the path leads. You got to figure that out. Where are they going with this? That's why I can make accurate predictions about how, the corporation's trying to take away our rights, because it's all profit motivation. What other possible reason could there be? It's not for personal safety, because people don't give a shit about personal safety. They got Vios and personal drugs, and they found out Accutane is killing people now. I mean, there's all these drug companies that are putting out drugs that are killing people. Nobody gives a shit about that, but let's attack the pit bulls. Makes no sense. So what's going on? What's actually happening here? It's just the beginning of an eventual process which leads to an enforced version of eugenics. My name's Sean Kennedy, and I am the fucking man.